Hey everyone, this is a fun layout that I made with the December Kitaholic Kits. I picked a piece of pattern paper that already has a lot of mixed media on in the background in the pattern, but then I add a lot more on top of it to just highlight all the colours and all the prettiness in the collection and the kit this month. Well, it's not just all collection, there is some other goodies, but there's a lot of Vicky Boudin in the kit, which is always nice. It makes it a little bit easier just to get along, but Steph always makes the kit go along so well. So whether we have 5 different designers and kit collections in the kit, or whether we have a majority of one with a few other things, they always go so well together. So as I was flipping through the pattern paper and decided on this one, I did look at the circles, the hexagons, and then, was there another one? But then I ultimately decided on the circles, so I pull out my circle punches so I can cut them out. And I'm thinking about layering them up and down the third page. I've got a 4x6 photo, kind of. It's a bit skinnier, I think. I think I've cut it skinnier, but that's okay. It's not like it's, the law. You can have whatever size you like. So I'm just using the glitz gel that we got last month in the kit, mixed media kit, along with the palette brush, but also using the stencil, or one of the stencils, from this month's kit. So these are the little plus signs. I'm just putting them in a few spots. I'm going to put the photo down that right hand side. So I do cover up a little bit because I didn't think about exactly where that was going too much when I stuck down that mixed media. But that's okay because some of it pops out, which was always very lovely. So one of the ways that I use those pocket page cards in the exclusive printables is for layering. I don't always just use them for pocket page or Project Life layouts. I do sometimes like this, or very often use them for layering. It's just a different pop of colour, or not a different colour because they're the same colour, it goes along with the kit, but it's a different pattern and it's different shades and stuff, or things that just match really well without having to always cut into your pattern paper. So you can see here just doing a bit of layering, and in fact the first piece that I put on was the backing from the ephemera kit. So that's the cardstock that was on the ephemera packaging. It has a lovely little floral on it. Floral foliage. Anyway, you'll be able to see it clearer than I can. And especially if you've got the kit, you can check it out yourself. So it's always good to check the packaging because sometimes they're printed nice patterns on them, and you can get away with using them as like a pattern paper other than the fact that they're smaller. But you can see here it worked really well for this one. So loving the ripped edges. I always love ripped edges, but especially when we're doing mixed media, it sort of just goes with all the randomness and the texture. So that's all stuck on. I did use some foam actually, and then put some glue on to glue the photo down. And now I'm just using the circles with a strip of foam tape, but I'm scrunching up the circles so that they have some texture and they don't lay flat. I know they're going to get a bit squished in the album, but what will happen is there'll be creases through them that will shine and give it that texture, and they're up on foam tape, so they'll also be given depth by that. So it's always good to have a little play. Plus it's always a little it feels rebellious to scrunch up paper that you've scrapbooking with. So there we go. You can see I'm just doing one each individually and then sticking them on where I feel like they visually go. And I do end up using all that I did punch out, but there is obviously heaps more on the pattern paper, but I didn't do any more, which was good because it works out for the next one that I can use the other side of the paper for my layout. So I'm just going to add some more to the left on the the left side so that I can bring the title over there and have the circles go across the page to make your eyes move across. So I did consider this being the title, but I do put it on there, but I don't leave it as the title because I feel that that space on the left needs something and a title would be perfect. So I pull out the thickers and I'm using the paint again, if you've watched one of our previous videos this month, and I'm just painting them and then going to chuck them on. I do use some wet glue to chuck them back onto the paper, and there we go. I don't wait for them to dry, so I do have to be very careful, but you can see that it works. And the colour soaks in and just looks brilliant. The colour looks a bit chalky on a pattern paper background, but I mean on a cardstock background. But on these chipboard alphas, they just look perfectly divine. So on we go with some of the last finishing touches. Pulled out the sticker sheet to add some of these bits and pieces. It doesn't need heaps because we've got some good words and titles, but also those paper layers and then those circles and the mixed media all going on in the background. So when you label it like that, that's a lot going on actually. But it works really well. I did add a label so I can add some journaling. And that's the layout. So hopefully you've enjoyed the session today and that you got some time to create yourself. Have a good day, guys. Bye.